Hey, this is a special episode of the Ring Review. I know you don't see us right now, but you're going to see some footage. You're going to see some things from what we just did a week ago. And that was TNA Wrestling. We were at Bound for Glory and TV taping of Impact. Hey, man, it was full of adventure. You know, I'm Mission Smith. I'm here with
The Rich.
And you know him, but he's going to introduce himself.
King Midas is here too. Just very frustrated. Let's get this going now. Got a lot on my mind. Let's go.
Oh, well, you heard it first here. King Midas is here. He's got a lot to get off his chest. We're going to jump right into it. As you just saw the video package, we walked right into the Wayne State Fieldhouse. And the first thing we did was the TNA press conference, where the Rich, Houston Genius, and King Midas asked some questions. King Midas, let's start with you, bro. You asked a very important question that kind of changed the mood in the room.
That's the thing about Midas. Midas likes to get down to the nitty gritty of things. I go straight for the heart, straight for the personal questions, because I needed to know how the Hardys overcame their adversity throughout their career. And not only that, what are some of the lessons that they learned that they could pass on to people like me who are just starting in the business, or people in the independents who are trying to get to their level. So I go for the nitty gritty. I might not be a journalist myself. King Midas is a jack of all trades, so you might as well add journalism to the mix.
And then, the Rich, you asked a question that definitely changed the mood in the room.
Oh, yeah, no, man, I ain't know I was about to start. I didn't know I was going to try to start nothing. I just, look, at the end of the day, Nick Nemeth has, we've all seen Nick Nemeth's rise in his career. And you got somebody like Joe Hendry that, like, power is a thing. Hype is a thing, and the whole audience believe. Like, all I asked him is, let's not let Father Time hit at the wrong time, because Joe Hendry was on fire, and he got fired up on that. Then Then Frankie then chimed in. It got nuts.
Well, let's just do it for the one time. Say his name, and he shall appear. I believe in Joe Hendry. Hey, now let's talk about it, man. Joe Hendry definitely gave me a moment. He answered one of my questions personally. Houston Genius asked Nick Nemeth a question, and Nick Nemeth posted on Instagram. It was one of the best questions of the press conference.
And indeed it was, too. And it really did set off, like I said, it set off a whole nother thing. Like, we came with it for the press conference. They wasn't ready for us.
They wasn't ready for the Ring Review.
Almost all of us?
Yeah. So,
all of us
So, all of us got the chance to ask a question, whether it was in the press conference or post-press conference, when we got to talk to these guys and get to know them a little better. So we all got a moment to affect the room. The Ring Review was definitely in the building and will never be forgotten, because if you go on YouTube and watch TNA Wrestling's YouTube right now and you watch that press conference, you're going to see the gold. You're going to see the red.
Come on now.
You're going to see the Ring Review.
You're going to see the suits.
And you're going to also see two of the greatest directors, myself and King Midas from Now That's Wrestling.
Come on, man.
Because that's going to be a part of Now That's Wrestling's documentary coming to you soon. 2025 is going to be a year.
Oh, yeah, man. Get ready.
Yes.
It's
going to be golden.
There it is.
But before we move forward on and go into just everything that happened with Bound for Glory and stuff like that, I just want to give a special shout out to everybody at TNA Wrestling. This was the first time we actually got the true press passes. And we cooked up. Y'all about to see, as y'all saw with the preview footage and everything, we was outside. So we did all the cooking up and everything. It was lit. I want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This won't be forgotten. As we rise, you'll rise with us. And I keep telling audiences, I've said week for week, Quiet as Kept TNA is having some of the best programming, some of the best in-ring beefs. I mean, some of the best in-ring matches, some of the best storylines, and like I said, minus the budget from time to time, it's been one of the best wrestling programs on television. It's just, like I said, it's not getting the push.
Well, before we jump into it, because like you said, you made a good point. We need to acknowledge some things. So I know personally I'm going to acknowledge Ross Foreman for being such a great guy and doing
Ross,
everything he did for us over the weekend. I know King Midas has somebody he wants to thank personally, so we'll let him do that. Go ahead, King Midas.
Now, before I thank this person who is one of the greatest managers of all time, and someone I look up to a lot, I do want to acknowledge that TNA also has a lot of great talent. They have a very great product, and I've been watching online because, as one does, I like to stay, abreast of everything going down in wrestling. And so one of the things that people are talking about online is that they don't see the benefit of TNA from the TNA WWE relationship, where we're seeing a lot of their big name wrestlers going over to NXT, while we're only seeing, a lot of the developmental people. Now, don't get me wrong, these are still great talents that deserve their shine, but these are people online saying, oh, well, how come they're not getting the same caliber? And one thing that I saw is that TNA was going live. I think that's what their cook-up is. I think their benefit from that relationship is how to do better weekly live television. Because what wrestling company does the best weekly live television? WWE. So it may not be a wrestler point of view of, but maybe that's what they're getting out of that. And I look forward to see TNA live every week. Yeah. And with that being said, back to the manager is Johnny Bravo. Because Johnny Bravo hooked us up with some tickets that we gave out, made sure a lot of our people got in TNA, made sure our people was taken care of. So I want to thank Johnny Bravo because that man was working hard running around Bound for Glory.
Hey, man, and he looked good, too, man. He was suited and booted, man.
Shout out to John E.
Bravo. And I'm going to just say bravo, 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 brother. Speaking of TNA Wrestling, man.
So, we got to get into
We got to jump into Bound for Glory. But before we jump into Bound for Glory, there was something that happened that we need to talk about. There's a man, or a beast, or a man beast, that we love dearly. He has given us a cook-up. He's interviewed with us personally. Mm-hmm. Let's acknowledge that now in the TNA Hall of Fame is my man, Rhino.
Big love from the Ring Review, Rhino.
Oh, yeah.
And just like I said, big love from the Ring Review. What you mean to the community, especially Detroit. What you mean to the pro wrestling community and your impact. This is impact. It's funny, TNA. You know what I mean? But your impact to the pro wrestling community has been immense. You raised a lot of us. We saw your rise as we were rising up as as kids and everything. What you did for ECW and hardcore wrestling, and like I said,
and what you continue to do for wrestling, right, with IWR, your promotion.
And I was gonna say, like I said, so what you're doing for the independent scene of pro wrestling too is immense. You're a monarch. You're a legend. You're a true walking. You know what I mean? Like one of them ones. Mount Rushmore guys out here.
This way, you need the Ring Review to pull up. We there for you, bro. We support what you're doing. Hey, man, we've actually got to work with you on a show too, as well. Because I want to bring that up. We were a part of a show. Guys, think about this. We were a part of a show that Rhino was a part of, right? Mm-hmm. When he came over to CCW and he faced Freedom Ramsey for the heavyweight title, we were a part of that show. Yes, we walked down the same aisleway as Rhino. We stepped in the same ring as Rhino.
And more importantly, Houston Genius sat down in the same vicinity as the Hall of Famer Rhino.
Man, and that's what we wanted.
Did he have the birthday yet? He ain't had a birthday
right,
yet.
He was 7.
At the tender age of 7.
And their birthdays are 2 days apart. So they got that.
And you also know that Mr. Smith and Rhino has the same movie, so has the same favorite all-time movie. So like I said, man, the ring review is holds Rhino near and dear to our hearts. So God
yo,
bless you, Rhino.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You know what I mean, for all that you've done for us. And again, congratulations to your Hall of Fame inductee.
And just because how the ring review cooks up is, I want to let you know we got something special on the way for Rhino.
We got something for Rhino coming.
Yeah, we got something for Rhino coming. But let's jump into Bound for Glory because
let's go.
Because here we are, baby. We in the building. We got the press count pass.
Off rip before we get
super
into
close.
it. Before we get into it, what's the grades? I'm sorry. Matter of fact, I watched it again on the TV, right? Just because I didn't want to be biased because. You know, we had the press sauce, everybody messed with us there, and the angles we got. This an A, bro. This might be an A plus. Like, every match slapped. Every match slapped.
And it wasn't about just the matches, right? It was about the level of story told.
The story, yeah, the momentum in the building, what was going on. It was just, let's say you never watched TNA, right? And somebody just kind of sat you down, and that's just what they doing.
Yeah.
This will be an entertaining night for you. This was a good program.
Let's talk about some of the people who pulled up for this, like in-ring talent, man. Like you had Matt Cardona in the building, bro. Against PCO, bro.
PCO the GOAT,
oh
bro.
my God,
PCO
did they put on the show,
different, bro.
I want to know this though from King Midas, yo. PCO pretty nuts, right? Mm-hmm. And he's up there in age. What did you think about a guy his age putting on a classic like this, man?
He still got
it. There's me being from the greatest musically inclined city in the world, Detroit, Michigan.
Come on, man.
There's someone who was raised here, and you know, she would teach you a thing or two about respect, and that's what I got from that match. I have all the respect in the world for PCO because the things that man was doing at his age.
Yo, my man was flipping out on his neck.
I'm pretty sure he did not get out of his bed the next morning. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if it's physically possible. At 50,
he just laid there.
He's like 56, I believe,
and was just like, I killed that shit.
He was taking
now
bumps
it's time to rest.
that a 20-year-old would take.
Yes.
I'm just like, because the way he was rolling out the ring, it was one particular time he rolled out the ring and just rolled on his neck. And I was like, yo, I'm not about to do that. And he 50-something talking about something. Yeah, I'm going to do it 3-4 times. You know, he was mankind crazy in that boy.
When you truly love something, though.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it.
And you can still the passion that he has.
Because he walked out. He won and he walked out.
Yes.
So it's just like, that wasn't the start, but doggone it.
I had to start there because I just thought about it. Like, yo, when that match happened, I was like, yo, who gonna top that? You know what I'm saying?
But that's the PCO. Shout out to Matt Cardona. You know what I mean? That's now sports entertainment. You always got salute.
Yeah, Ghostbuster though.
Came out in the Ghostbuster outfit to fight PCO is nuts. I love it, dog. Like and boy, he tried to bust him. Matt Cardona, PCO. It's impressive because not only did all his spots hit, not only did he tell the story and stuff like that. But it's just like, let's not forget Matt Cardona, one of those top tier one performers. He gave us some stunts and spots and some old stops and some near counts that we thought we was gonna give it off, man. So salute to that match right there. Salute to that man.
You had the.
You started with we had the Speedball and Kingo match for Speedball's belt.
I wanna introduce something real quick. Because I'm glad that you mentioned those two guys in that match. Because I want to give that match the first ever Batty White Home Run Award. As the golden match of the night.
Yo.
Because
that match right there.
On TV too, bro. That's
Speedball. I've seen Vikingo live, but I've never seen Speedball live. I've only seen him at one of my favorite indie promotions, Warrior Wrestling, along with Vikingo. That's where I saw Vikingo live. But those two guys in that match did things that you wouldn't think would ever be done in a wrestling ring 10 years ago.
Man, let me tell you. So
It was crazy.
like I said, Mike Bailey and Vikingo, Adahino, I don't know, Vikingo. These guys are tier 1 luchadors. I think with Mike Bailey's integrated karate style with the wrestling, as well as his durability, his flexibility, and all the moves, his move set that he has makes it so believable. Vikingo, I've said it many times in Orange, Vikingo the best thing since Rey Mysterio to me.
Did you know there's a little one?
There's a smaller Vikingo?
Yes.
That's cool.
There's a smaller Vikingo. I forget his name. Like, you're probably going to but it just, yeah, there's a, I think
Is
he's
it a
about
mini?
16 or 17.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
So you got
he's a kid.
So he might get a tag team partner.
Yeah, I know they're related. I just can't remember exactly how.
Well, I don't know how much smaller you can be, bro. Vikingo ain't.
No, but listen, that I love that we gave all that to the sauce.
Mister can add it. Add
But
the photos up
But
there.
yeah, definitely the Mike Bailey and Vikingo
Yes.
match was something special. Mike Bailey did go on to retain against Vikingo, and like I said, 5-star banger.
But this was the kind of night where you could just keep saying, greatest match, right? Because every single match went up and up. But we forgetting there was a match kind of prior to all of the craziness too, which was the Call Your Shot Gauntlet that Frankie won. So let's talk about that. Listen, we kind of knew from the press conference that might happen because they hinted to what if he does win, what would he do?
Yeah, somebody asked the question.
And so that's the thing. Now that he has won, he's gonna call his shot eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he won, man.
Yeah, Frankie.
And he's been he's a TNA original, and you got to give it to him to still be in the sauce the way he is. He doing what he got to do.
Looking amazing while doing it. You know, I mean, he's in great, phenomenal shape. He doesn't look like he's missed a beat at all. You know what I mean? That, like you said, that match brought out some folks, man.
Yeah.
Got some of our buddies out there. You know what I mean? Some of the local favorites and everything. Definitely had some high spots in that. I think. As I get older, those kind of Royal Rumble setting matches are a little get dull to me, so it's kind of hard to energize it. But with the integration of the women, you know what I mean, that was pretty neat. And then also just with the way they spotted out things, I think they really did good with that Rumble style match.
You know what would be kind of crazy?
What's that?
If they kind of mixed the two, the Royal Rumble and the Money in the Bank. If they mixed them. You get to so many wrestlers, then it becomes a Money in the Bank match.
Hey man,
that's how you do it. Or you could win either way, over the rope or climb the ladder, or there'd be two winners in one match. You could.
Then they gotta fight it out.
Yeah. Oh man,
that could be that. Yeah,
you gotta do something, bro.
Hey, write that down. Send it to Chris.
Here's another thing, because it. Nothing to do with that per se, but since we on TNA, how would y'all feel if, because they're doing the whole Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, potential breakup, whatever, with the New Day. What if after, they have their 10-year anniversary, like, they don't necessarily break up, but Woods is like, I need to get away. I need to go find myself again. Like, I need to get back to who I am. And then he's like gone for a few months, and the next thing you know, boom, starts showing up at TNA.
Now that would be back to your
and
roots.
Then,
he's put out some classics over there.
Yeah, and then it starts like
Creed.
This crazy build back up.
Yeah, when he was Austin Creed, it was a good time.
Listen, I think that, and I just saw.
That'd be a good time for.
I just saw.
And then he comes back to WWE as Austin Creed.
I just saw a X Division match with Austin Creed.
Oh
look.
When they had the octagon.
Yeah, when they had the octagon. Oh my God.
No, that's a good.
Yeah, because I think that would catapult.
He need a single run as
Austin Creed. I think this would catapult him because You can do that now.
I think you can do that now, and then also with the New Day actually really did hitting it. Like New Day had a 10-year run,
yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's beautiful in pro wrestling. So with that being said, I think it will be a good recreation. I think Kofi's in his fourth quarter. So whether he goes or stays, I won't hurt or harm.
This is only halftime for Xavier Woods. Man.
There it is. So
this is only halftime.
So TNA Bound for Glory had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, but going back on with TNA, so now we got to go into this women's match, which changed the thing. Which again,
which one
makes the championship?
Okay, because there was two.
There was the tag team match,
but the Jordan Grace.
Shout out to Jody Threat though. She wrestles a lot in the independent scene here in Michigan. So shout out to Jody Threat as well as in Canada.
Yeah, no, I get it. Definitely had some.
But let's get to this Marsha Slamovich and Jordan Grace match right here, which this was a clinic, bro.
Yeah.
This is what it's supposed to look like. And for women's wrestling, this is why the hashtag give the Divas a chance started. This is why now I see the essential part on the indie scenes. And this is like, I understand people do like to see hot chicks doing hot things. But then everybody always appreciates athletes, athleting.
Yeah.
And when I say Juggernaut and Marsha was giving them slaps, man.
All I can say is China is looking down right now because of how good women that look like her are doing and dominating right now.
Doing it well.
And so I know she is looking down with the biggest smile on her face.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No matter what, China is definitely, she was the start to something in her time that was going to catapult and be something really amazing, right? Because what you saw from China was wrestling, right? Storyline. Because let's just say the storylines were storylining, right?
And believability.
But seeing a real athletic woman put on the show.
And if you pay attention to a lot of the women who are very muscular and just like built that way and are very athletic, they are all from the generation that watched China.
And they'll all say she's their GOAT. Because the fact that she was able to wrestle women, but she looked just as good wrestling men, was like, wait a minute. Like, because let's just be honest. Her thing with Eddie Guerrero, amazing. Her thing with Mark Henry, amazing. Her thing with Chris Jericho, crazy, dog. Like, crazy.
When I think of
wrestling.
You know how people say, oh, who is like the next this person?
She was the first.
While China is the first, I think if we could honestly give it a next to someone who kind of took that and then went even further with it, Jordan Grace. Because she can do things that I haven't seen a lot of men be. The way she's able to stop and turn on a dime, that she has control of muscles that most people don't even have muscles and she do, and I'm just like,
she's got Jordan. The speed, she's got the strength, she's got the look, she's got the ring generalness. Everybody's safe with Jordan, but it all looks phenomenal.
So when I say she is that next step, like that next one, it's Jordan Grace.
And you know what? To be honest, like salute to her husband Jonathan Grusher. She got the grapples too. She got the molds. You get that from Big Jonathan. That's one of the best technicians ever.
Let's put it this way. Jordan Grace, and it makes perfect sense, Jordan Grace can jump from promotion to promotion as she's doing. I know they have the relationship, but she could be at TNA and then be at NXT. And if she want to pull up on Raw and SmackDown, she could, because she is the next level to women's wrestling. Let's just put it this way. There's a lot of great wrestling going on for women. And we'll get into it when we talk about something else. But Jordan Grace is like, there's everybody else and then there's Jordan Grace. It is what it is. And I've seen it in person.
Yes,
so.
witnessing it live.
Yeah.
It just hits different because you're able to see it for your
And we
own
were fair,
eyes.
and we were
And
very
the
close.
and
We were
it-
very close.
And the juggernauted, but guess what? And that's why the TNA Impact Knockouts champion means so much, because as great as Juggernaut is, she was defeated by the up and rising Super Slamovich Russian sensation, Marsha Slamovich, bro.
But the whole
that
thing
put
about
on the
Marsha
whole
is
thing.
this.
Marsha Cole.
Marsha got in there and she held her own, right?
Yeah.
She did.
Right. But here's the thing. I know that when you've got two greats in the ring like this, they only make each other better. So the reason why we were so in love with it is because, oh, you gonna do that, then I'm gonna do this. Oh, you gonna do that, then I'm gonna do this.
It's
And-
your typical Goku and Vegeta relationship.
Yeah, like-
And it really felt that's a great relationship.
It was like Agent Smith and Neo in The Matrix.
Right, and they hit all their spots. They looked amazing doing it. Like you said, everybody was elevating. Remember, these are women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are women, and it's just like we're in that age now where the gender is getting it's getting blurred because great matches are great matches. This
if
was
you're
an
a
amazing
great
match.
wrestler or a great wrestler, I don't care if it's a male or female. And the whole thing is, I'm gonna even throw it in there because I like to throw my people in there. I'm gonna say my people. We were watching TNA, right? But I was like, yo, man, we got great people in our independent world, like a Pepper Pride.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So we see greatness. We are greatness. We are golden. Thanks to King Midas there. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it, man. We got to jump into some more for Bound for Glory. So let's get to the get in. We're going to get to Nick Nemeth versus Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry comes out with a special entrance. Hey, man, he tributed to my favorite rapper of all time. So I was a fan, bro. Like,
he had me, bro. He came out with the Eminem. With the Eminem Jason mask, bro, it was like, oh yeah, you in Detroit now.
Yeah,
You
the
in
whole
Detroit
trailer,
now.
the whole thing was amazing, bro. I just want to say, Joe Hendry, even though you did not take the win and the championship, you put on a classic.
Cause some old dude in a cowboy hat.
Let's not even talk about it because we can kick back to SummerSlam and say how meeting certain people was. But yes, JBL pulled up and JBL, I'm for it, dog. I'm for it. All heel, I don't care. Listen, like, yo,
being able to see the clothesline from hell again in person after years of not like.
He pulled off more than one though.
Make sure you saw it.
Yeah, and then I went to JCW, had a chance to meet JBL there. Because he was up at JCW too.
Look at him, man.
Just moving around. No, I'll tell you what though. The Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth match was definitely in-ring, bell to bell, a banger, a A+ match. Joe Hendry definitely got his stuff, but Nick Nemeth, again, timeless athlete, one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all
Let's talk
time.
about Nick Nemeth, right? Nick Nemeth cooked up with Houston. I went over to his comedy show, guys, and he's funny. He's funny, right? But no, seeing him in the ring, man, shows you that, yo, he's one of the best.
He's one of the best.
You can't deny it.
That's what it is.
And but also that too is he makes other people look better.
He makes other people look
because
amazing.
Joe Hendry cold, but Nick Nemeth made him look better.
He's always and when like again when you say people the next thing, he's the next Shawn. Like Shawn Michaels was able to do. You put Shawn Michaels in the ring with anybody, and it's gonna be a good match. It's gonna look good. Same with him. You put him in a match with anybody, it's still gonna look good.
They said that's his daddy though. They said as soon as he came in, he was a Shawn Michaels clone. And I mean, at first it hurts, but in hindsight, to see two people at this caliber be able to keep it at this level, it's just like now when you really think about it, like. I mean, yeah, he is a Shawn Michaels now. It's like a Jordan Kobe feel.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. When you are in this business, you realize that you're gonna see the greats, and then you're gonna see the greats 2.0, 3.0, 4.0.
Because what this industry needs and what this industry thrives on are those people that are almost identical to the person before, but still able to add something new to it.
And put some spice on it,
which
kind of
is-
like
which is-
Cody to John Cena feel. You
Which
know
is
what I
why I
mean?
think
Good guys.
which it's crazy to think that the Attitude Era, the long game, now they're in charge, and WWE is better than ever
Well, here's
because
the-
they were able to take everything that they learned from the people that came before them,
But the Attitude Era,
and then multiply it.
the Attitude Era, and you can argue it if you want to as a wrestling fan, it's one of the best eras ever in wrestling because it defined the laws of wrestling.
And you know what I think another reason was? They listened
To the fans.
to the fans. The fans wanted this.
And they got it.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels understand
The fans.
that when the fans say they want something,
You got to give it to them.
You gotta get it. Yeah, we gotta
and
circle it there.
yeah, and
But
and,
I do love how Trips does. He'll take you on a ride.
yeah.
He'll get you there.
He's got great booking.
Are there potholes along the way? Yes.
Because nothing's
But
perfect.
tell me something that is 100% perfect in this world.
Nothing. But listen,
The world isn't
Hold on
even
one second,
perfect.
Midas. Hold on, man.
nothing is perfect. But I'll tell you what was perfect.
Uh-huh.
Yo, this match with the Hardys being reimagined.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was
perfect.
with the Hardys, ABC. What was
Shout
it?
out to Chris Bay.
Sh-
Shout out to Chris Bay. We want to say
Yeah,
that.
I need to go back because I can't remember.
It was the Hardys. No, it was
I know,
the
I know,
Hardys,
I know.
the System, and,
I know,
and ABC.
No. I need to go back and watch the first TLC match and then watch this one because now that I think about it, we all know the one spot because that is the most famous spot.
The Edge spear off the ladder.
Yeah, like everybody know when they think of that match, they think that.
Hey, what they call
But
it?
since they said it was reimagined, and we're in the era of reimaginings and reboots, I need to go back to see if there were any more callbacks.
It was the ladder against the ropes.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Long
like,
ladder,
The,
the 12
the
foot.
long ladder.
yeah,
against the ropes.
because if it was like, I just want to see that side by side to see like how much of a callback.
I'm sure the internet's
Obviously,
Yes,
obviously
like,
we
and
know
if they aren't, they will after this because somebody's gonna be like,
the
oh,
other
oh,
callback
oh,
guys,
oh.
obviously, as we know, because WWE love to use it in their promo package, is the Swanton Bomb off the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
We know that's a callback.
Yeah.
in which you will be seeing a
And-
wonderful shot from the Great People
and
Forever Exposed
right
Studios.
now, WWE is doing a lot of callbacks because they're putting in those Easter eggs to having the way Dom and
'Cause
Rhea's
they giving
relationship
so many,
was. That's Eddie and China. Like
They signed
They're
so many
calling
legend
back.
contracts, they got to do these callbacks, right?
And then also, like, if the kids that are watching now are the adults with their kids watching now, you're amping me. Like, you're making me cool because I got the sauce on why this is happening. Like, you know that's little Dominic, right? What you mean, Dad? Dominic from the cage. This not his first time being in the cage. What you talking about? Run it back. You know?
No, but
Give
not
him
just
history.
that. It's that storytelling is there. Let's just talk about it. The Hardy Boys in this match with these great teams put on a more than a classic. They really just kind of stole the show. And
Yeah.
what was the end result? We got new TNA Tag Team Champions.
The legendaries.
And I got to interview them and asked them about the TLC match. That's what the question was. I just asked them what their mindset was for that first TLC match. And were they nervous pretty much? Because they knew they had to go put on a show, right? And this was something new. And the Hardy Boys said, you know what? We just wanted to do the best version of us. And all of us, the Dudley Boys and Christian and Edge, we just challenged each other to put on a great program. And they did.
Boy, did they.
But that's TNA Bound for Glory, guys.
Oh, well, with the exception of we did miss out on the women's tag team. The girls did retain.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
Jody Threat is the truth,
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
and she has the best hair in
that's-
TNA. I don't care what nobody says.
So no, we ain't miss out on it. We definitely didn't miss out on it. It's a great tag team. But we're gonna jump into the second night, guys, because TNA Impact for TV. Boy.
Shout out to Wendy Chu.
Oh, Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu.
Wendy
Because
Chu.
that was the other tag match from Bound for Glory was the Wendy Chu and Rosemary versus
and so
Elegance. And Rosemary turned on Wendy Chu, which led to the match that they had on TV. On a TV taping. Mm-hmm. And I just love that Wendy Chu is getting such a big opportunity to shine, because that Bound for Glory crowd, I think they said, was their biggest pay-per-view crowd for Bound for Glory ever.
Okay.
That is huge. Like,
shout out.
And even though she's wrestled in like where it's like that, but to be a part of that for TNA, that's always going to be historical. So when they go back and talk about the numbers, you're always going to be included in that part of history.
There's one more thing. I know we switched over to TV taping, but I would be reluctant not to mention. Yo, we got to see Trey Miguel, bro, at Bound for Glory.
I just wanted to see Trey Miguel and the Rascals, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Trey Miguel.
Yeah, bro.
Because I was able to interview him for the Now That's Wrestling documentary, because he has a huge history of wrestling here in Detroit. And you're going to hear just a small little bit of that little bit of history in that documentary.
I just
if you want to hear what he said, you got to watch the documentary.
But TV taping, let's talk about it. Yo, we had Moose.
Hey man, so Moose came out
and he actually beat Speedball.
But they had a match. Boy, Speedball wasn't giving that belt.
Let me tell you something. The hardest part of the ring got some bodies thrown on it, bro.
Yeah, it's now it might have softened up all the bodies that got thrown on it.
Just to clarify, this is a different. They did 2 tapings. This is a different. I'm only saying that because
we were talking the Impact.
I'm saying that
we're saying it's the Impact show.
I know, but depending on when you put this out, the world hasn't seen this match yet. I just want to throw it in the spoilers. That's all. That's it. Because the match hasn't dropped yet. At least I don't think it has.
But
they advertised it recently.
But the results are out.
So I think it's dropping Thursday.
Last Thursday. He was there last week.
I know, but they recorded 2 shows. So
this was right off, brother. It's happened.
No, they just announced it the other day. I know what I saw.
I saw the results.
We know. It don't matter. We were there.
Yeah. No, I mean I've seen the results on Instagram. They've already announced Moose as the champion.
I'm just maybe some people just trying to wait. There are people that just want to wait until they watch it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look out for them. Y'all can just give it out spoilers.
You can give a preview, but like you said, it's already public knowledge.
Like I said, spoilers to the people who wanted to wait and watch the match themselves.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for everybody. Okay. All emotions matter.
There it is, yo.
No emotions matter.
No, it's there, yo. And listen, if we gave the sauce, we gave the sauce. Because on the ring review, we in the building. Mm-hmm. We are able to be in the building. We thank TNA Wrestling for allowing us to be in the building.
100%.
But I'll tell you who I would love seeing pull up on TNA. Santino!
Hey! It was good seeing Santino.
Hey, Santino like to mess up everybody's name, but it'd be funny every time, bro. I love Santino, bro. I didn't realize how much I missed Santino till I saw Santino, right?
And that's another one of those. I remember watching him.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Back then.
He's one of those. Oh, he's here now. I love seeing him, bro.
Shout out to his daughter that's wrestling
too.
She's got a
when I found out that was his daughter, I said, I am waiting for the day when they're on screen together.
Oh, they have been too.
I know. And then when I saw that the TNA and WWE relationship was happening, I said, I can't wait. And then when it happened, I was the happiest.
So the funny thing is, TNA was showing some stuff. What they have put out is my man Frankie dressed as Joe Hendry, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
And he got the whole audience. He got everybody at first.
Bro, like on the aisleway, it was believed. Like I didn't realize that he got a little closer. It was Frankie because when he came out, that hair was perfect. The facial hair was he did it, bro.
Everybody got bad eyesight.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Clothes on and everything.
wherever he got that wig from, it was on point, bro. That
The
was
wig was
high.
I'm just like, who? I'm like, this don't. That sound like Drew McIntyre. I'm like, who is this?
No, he was a little too tan for me.
Hey, he was a Hulk Hogan version of Joe Hendry.
Yeah, he was a little too red for me.
But no, he did his thing. He told the story, and I love it because that's the type of wrestling we grew up loving. Like the Attitude Era of a Triple H dressed up as The Rock. We will never forget that, bro. When he had the fake sideburns, oh my God, we will never forget that, bro. And then, so that's what we love about wrestling, is they can tell a great story. That was our TNA cook up. We had a great time in the ring review. Tell them where they can get at you, the Rich.
Hey man, they can make sure you follow the Rich at The Enrichment on Instagram or in Richard Jackson on Facebook. Make sure while you're on Facebook that you follow the Ring Review. You know what I mean? That's where in the Family Faction as well, and Forever Exposure Studios for all the various things that we're doing in the city, as well as our up and new animated comedy coming out very, very soon.
Yes, the block is on its way. We're going to pull up on the block with the block. Tell them how they can get at King Midas.
You can find me at the Golden Empire of King Midas on Instagram. There's some underscores in there, but it's too much, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll put everything where we need to put it. You guys stay tuned, man, because guess what? No, I'm going to get there because everybody knows this is Mission is Mizzion Smith everywhere. But the point I was going to get to before we square up out of here is this. Yo, TNA, you got any other places you need the Ring Review to pull up? We there.
On,
so
man.
Thank you very much for that opportunity. We will see you next time.
Oh, and don't forget, guys, to stay tuned to check out our behind the scenes.
All of that's
TNA.
going to be connected to this episode. So we appreciate you. We got footage from King Midas, footage from the Rich, footage from me.
Hell, even footage from Houston, shoot.
Yeah, footage from Houston. And, I've been finding us and other people's photographs on Facebook. So, hey, yo, you put it out there. It was fair game. All right. We love y'all at the Ring Review. We see y'all next time.